I'm going to show you a simple accompaniment pattern that you can use for simple ballads such as Hey Jude or Hallelujah by Rufus Wainwright, or any type of praise music that's just nice and straight. It consists of quarter note pattern with your right hand and then a bass note with your left hand. And so what I'll do is play it through first, and then I'll explain to you what I've done. Okay, so what I did there is I played the root note of the chord. So in this case I'm playing the C chord with my left hand, and every time I moved to a different chord I would just play the root note of that chord with my left hand. And I did what was called I call it an eighth note jump off from one bass note to the next as I changed chords, like this. And then on the second part of the song, I added an octave in my left hand because that just filled out the bass note a little bit more, makes it have more depth. So you can add those bass notes whenever you want to in there to add some depth. And also, to make it more interesting, instead of just playing the chord in root form, and in this song I used the 1, 4, 5, and 6 chords, you might want to try using them as inversions, just depending on the way the song sounds or the way you want it to sound. So I'll do some inversions for you to see if you notice the difference in the way it sounds. That's just a simple way to change this up a little bit, depending on the way you want it to sound at that point in your song. It adds interest. That's called a voicing, and you can use that pretty much in any songs. You don't want to move around too much, I don't believe, with your chords, and keep them more in a centralized area. It just sounds better that way than jumping too far up in different octaves when you're changing your chords. So sometimes it does sound better just to keep the chord simple and close together. So that's our lesson for today, and I hope you come back and visit for another lesson.